All right, Shalom. Call Lord Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Radash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, of Great Millstone. This video is going into the remnant. It's the Lord left us a small remnant. This is going to be in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Because we had gone off so much, and Most High had put us away. But even though He put us away for a certain time, He left a small number of people, which is actually the elect, which is what that remnant is referring to, which is the 1/3 that He said He was gonna save or bring through the fire and refine them as gold. This is Isaiah 10, starting at verse 20. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote him, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power," to the mighty God. "For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness." So we as the sand of the sea, meaning we are innumerable people, but only a small portion of the whole house of Israel shall return unto the Lord, shall repent and turn from their wicked ways. And it's the same thing that He did with when He led Israel out of the land of Egypt before they went to the promised land. The same ones that had those idols in the wilderness, that complained, moaned, groaned, all that good stuff. They walked around the wilderness for 40 years because He was going to let them die off before they were able to go into the promised land. That was His way of purging them out. So same thing here. He's not going to take the whole house of Israel into the kingdom on this side. So one side had the 2/3 have to be burned, have to be taken out. They got to be melted down or reformed. But the 1/3 is going to be tried and refined. This is Isaiah 11:11. "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set His mind again the second time to recover the remnant of His people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from all the islands of the sea." Basically meaning from all over. That remnant is going to come from all over the earth. Not just from one particular location, not just from one camp, but you got a remnant amongst all the camps. This is Isaiah 37 and 31. "And the remnant that is escaped of the house of Judah shall again take root downward and bear fruit upward." That remnant is what's going to be saved. This is Jeremiah 15:11. "The Lord said, Verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in time of affliction." The enemy is going to bring evil upon the remnant, but that evil is going to be brought on to try them, to test them through the furnace of adversity, through the furnace of affliction. That's how the remnant is going to be, or the elect is going to be refined, through that furnace of affliction and adversity. This is Jeremiah 23:3. It says, I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And if you remember when Yahushua said, there are others of this fold that he has to basically bring back. I'm paraphrasing it. But when he was talking about the lost sheep, and that's why the lost sheep is scattered all over the earth. You know, there's no one central location. Hey, all the Israelites are in America, or all the Israelites are in West Africa, all of them are in East Africa. No, it's not. They're literally scattered abroad in the four corners of the earth, as the scripture says. And like you said, he's going to gather his people wherever they have been driven. This is Jeremiah 31:7. For thus saith the Lord, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nation. Publish ye and praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. It's all about the remnant. That's what it's always been about. It's not about the whole house. Not all Israel is going to be saved. Because all Israel is not going to turn back to the Lord, to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This is Micah 2:12. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as the sheep of Basra, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. It's Micah 4:7. And I will make her the halted a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation. We were cast far off, we were brought low, we were made weak, and he's going to make us strong again. And the Lord shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth, even forever. So yeah, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua is going to reign over us forever and ever from Mount Zion, from out of Israel. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 9. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah. The Chinese and Japanese, even the so-called Chinese and Japanese, even the breeding of needles and salt pits, and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. Right? That, like I said, that's that elect. They're gonna possess them. You know, they're gonna possess them. As a matter of fact, that's in I think it's. Let's see if I can get that. Isaiah 14. Yeah, Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them, that we just read in Zephaniah. It shall possess them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. They're going to serve us. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. When we're in their captivity right now, but because we are they are our captors. We're gonna be their captors in our kingdom. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 13. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. What did it say? The laws are going to be written in our inward parts, or in our minds, in our hearts. They shall not do iniquity, which is iniquity is sin upon sin. Injustice, unrighteousness, wrong, violent deeds of injustice, iniquity, sin upon sin. Nor speak lies, Neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, for they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Right? What it say in Revelation? In their mouth shall be found no guile, in their tongue shall be found no guile. Right. The remnant is going to be made perfect, which is the elect. And let's see if that changed anywhere, because people say, oh, that's the Old Testament. That's the Old Testament. Let's see if anything changed in the New Testament. This is Romans 9:27. Esaias, which is Isaiah, also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. So what he did, he was quoting from the Old Testament, meaning that it did not change from the Old Testament to the New Testament. You have to understand the history of the Old Testament. As a matter of fact, Elder Apostle Gabar actually said this. You have to understand the history of the Old Testament in order to understand the mysteries of the New Testament. I want to get this scripture here, Romans 11:5. Now, the remnant is they're going to be, or the elect are going to be people Israelites that come from all different walks of life, have been into all different type of worldly stuff. But if the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, if He chose you from the beginning or from the foundations of the earth, then it is your lot to be the elect, to be an elect, or to be saved. It just is what it is. If you didn't choose it, then it's your lot to not be saved. It's just that simple. But so it's nothing that we did of our own will, nothing of our own works, anything like that. This is all the Most High Power, Yahweh. So this is Romans 11:5. Even so, then, at this present time also, there was a remnant according to the election of grace. Meaning, that's the grace that the Most High Power, Yahweh, decided to have on you. If you are an elect, if you are a part of that remnant, that small number that'll be gathered up to be saved, call Halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, and do the work, which he's gonna put that spirit in you to do, to do the work, or to do whatever you need to do as the remnant or as the elect. So with that, I hope you're edified. Shalom.